guys? I want to show something really special to me. It's a gun that I've looked for the past. I was 13 at the time, so almost 14 years already. And I remember just thinking, wow, like this much power from a break barrel, this accurate. And I would look in Craigslist, eBay, air gun auctions, and I wouldn't find it. But come 2 weeks ago, I just randomly looked up Craigslist, just looking for any air gun that might be good, and there it was. It was about 10 miles away from me. I called the guy and just quickly went and snatched it. So let me show you. This is the Webley Patriot 25 caliber, or the Beeman Kodiak when it was shipped here to the U.S. It's the same gun, but yeah, originally the Webley Patriot, English made. Don't forget that, because there's a lot of there's a copycat called the Webley Patriot made by Hatsan in Turkey, and I bought that one about 3 years ago. Not the same quality. Flat out, it's garbage compared to this gun. This thing is a real deal right here. It's just the quality, the feel of it, the cocking is just way different than that gun. I think I've only had it for about a week, and the only reason I returned it was because I just couldn't sight in the scope with the notches it had. Forget the fact that it lost velocity like right away. It lost about 150 feet per second, and it just kept dieseling. It wouldn't go away after like a few hundred rounds. But most importantly, it was just I couldn't sight it in because it wasn't taking advantage of the grooves that it has. You know, they weren't even evenly made. They weren't well made. So the scope mine you're supposed to get with it would just slide off. So yeah, it would just slide off, and it was just something that I just couldn't deal with. I just returned it right away. So fast forward to now, this gun is just the gun that I just needed. You know, it's what I was looking for in a break barrel, and you know, I'm very excited to have this gun finally. You know, it's just, you want something for so long, and when you have it, man, it's a fulfilling feeling right there. Man, my hair's pretty long. Just put this on. Features: it's a 25 cal. It was made in 177, 22, and 25. But the 25 is the most sought after. It just packs a punch, you know, for its power plant. So again, I even got the gun that I want in the caliber. So two good things about this gun. Features again. The stock is, I want to say, it's a beach stock with the dark coloring to it. It's pretty good. Looks pretty good. The butt pad is like a set of the regular, like you see a lot of black. This is like light brown, or actually kind of dark brown, which looks pretty good. The trigger is something that I've been looking into, but I couldn't find what trigger it is. But all I know is it's heavy. If I had a rough estimate, it's about 4 pounds, so maybe more. But it works. It doesn't really affect accuracy as long as it pulls consistently though. It has you can feel the first stage and then the second stage right there. Other than that, it has regular dovetails with the special notches again back there. Very useful for the special mount that you need. And oh, this little screw right there, so you can see it. I guess you can you can put a sling mount right here, sling stud, with the barrel band if you want to, use a sling with it. But personally, I'm not gonna do that. I'm a little superstitious about putting any pressure on this barrel. I think I can carry it all day. It's not gonna really bother me. But other than that, yeah, that's it. It's a regular break barrel. Cocks at 50 pounds, so it's not for your average shooter, that's for sure. For me personally, it doesn't really bother me. I think the Hatsan 135 that I used to have, that thing cocked at like 50 plus pounds, and it still wasn't that bad. So and what makes it not feel not that bad is it's just very smooth. It's just well made, and I guess that's why. The one feature I don't like about it is just the automatic safety. It goes into safe every time you cock it. I don't know. I just don't like that for personal reasons. But You can put it on safe and off of safe, so it's not that bad. On the on my Hotsun 135 and the Webley Patriot that I had before, the safety was always a problem. It would always like it would kind of lock into place. You couldn't really fully engage it, so to put it onto to fire, so the trigger would lock. And this right away. I mean, two guns, the same company. Come on, like that's just quality control for a gun that's from 1993. Because I looked into it. I'm sorry, forgot to mention this. These guns came out in early 90s, and for a gun that's from 93, I mean this thing is immaculate. I mean this thing is gorgeous. It's just wow. The guy took care of it. Whoever, I don't know if anyone owned it. He said only one person owned it, but he didn't shoot it. So a gun this old as me and it's still in this good condition. I mean that's just quality right there, and partly from the owners taking care of it, but I mean it's holding up, so that's how you know it's good quality right there. So this gun is about 9 pounds, just with no scope. So after a scope and mounted, you're looking at 10 pounds easily. So not a small gun. I think it's about 45.6 inches long. So definitely a Magnum Springer size gun. But again, not a deal breaker for me. I love the sights that it has. Has the old school just black sights. It reminds me of my first ever Beeman, which I bought at Walmart when I was like 13. I think it was called the SS 1000. So this gun definitely has that look to it, that traditional just break barrel look to it, and I think that's what I love about it. It just has that hunting look to it. It's a hunter in its blood. I mean, for this caliber and this power, it's a hunter. You can target shoot with it. It's a pretty accurate gun. Plinking, it's sorry about that. Plinking is, it's debatable. It can and it can't be. It just depends on the person. For me, just target shooting, and I'll probably take it hunting. Not soon. I still want to get the real feel of the gun, and only when I know how it really works. That's when I'm gonna take it out in the field. But for now, I'm having fun with it, just shooting it and kind of figuring out its secrets. The scope that I have on it is the Hawk Air Max 4 to 12 by 40. I love the reticle in this gun. It's I can't think of the top of my head, but I'll show you guys there. It's a good looking reticle. The AO it's in the front. It's not the side wheel. I think if I would have spent a couple like $50 more, I could have got that, but nah, I got it for like $180, so I couldn't really complain there. The mount though, the mount is the thing that just holds this whole thing together. It's the sports match. Again, it takes advantage of these grooves. Combining the grooves, this mount, and most importantly, I wish I would have known this years ago with brake barrels. That would have saved me a lot of headache. Is put blue Loctite on all the screws, on the rings, the mounts, the side screws, the screw that holds the stock together. I mean, it's gonna save a lot of headaches. I don't think a lot of people are doing that still, and I don't know if a lot of people know, but that would really change everything for you. You might think it's the gun or why you can't sight in your scope. It's because of that. I think I've shot about 200 pellets through it and hasn't moved once. So I think before they would move every like 20-30 shots. So that's how I know it's working. It kicks like a mule. It kicks like a mule, and but even then the recoil isn't really affecting anything. So I'm very happy about that right there. So now you've seen what this gun is. Let me show you what it does. I'll give you some chrono results, some accuracy, which I'm very excited to show you guys. I'm not the best break barrel shooter. I've been shooting PCPs for the most part of my air gunning years, but man, once you get the right hold and the right technique, this thing delivers. This is by far the most accurate break barrel I've ever had. The one that comes close to it was the RWS 350 Magnum, the 22 that I had a few years ago. That thing was accurate, but again, I couldn't keep the scope zero, so that was a headache right there. But yeah, even then, this gun is, even regardless of the scope issue, it was still not as accurate as this gun. And shoot, a gun this heavy with this much recoil, it just produces way better results than that one, a newer gun. And if I have some daylight time, because it's getting kind of dark, can't really see there, but let's see what this gun does in power for a break barrel at 25. So let's get to that. I should have mentioned this before. I'll be using two pellets. First, the JSB Kings, and then second, the H&M Field Target Trophies, which were the only pellets I really tested for accuracy, and they work well. Okay, I'm losing some light, and I'm sorry if it's a little wobbly, but it's just on a not really stable table here. So, two groups, 5 shots each with each pellet. I'm going to be shooting downrange at 25 yards. So I'm going to show you my setup and the way I shoot this gun. My setup is just two pairs of pants and a wrist bag. Artillery hold, yes, mine's a little different. Yours could probably be the same. So instead of laying it flat, the way you've heard, and kind of just not really gripping the gun, just letting it just move around by itself, the way I do this, I use the middle part between my thumb and index finger, kind of creating like a Y. So not flat, like raise it up so you can tilt it up and down, and the grip, kind of grip it to where you can actually hold crosshairs on target, not like just using your finger. You have to kind of grip it, and the butt stock just ever so just little, not too tight, but just where you can hold it, and that works every time for me. That's how I've gotten good groups, and you should try it as well. It's more practical for field use and hunting. Just letting it all just move around isn't really good. This works better. A simple penetration test, I'll just shoot these boards right here at about 10 yards and see what they do. I'm actually going to put it up against my BSA R10, which shoots 10 grain pellets at 945 feet per second, which equates to 20 foot-pounds. And let's see what it does against it. Not much difference in penetration there. The holes in the back, obviously the 25 was a little bigger. As far as the second board, didn't really do anything on neither of them. The 25 is the one on top, so faster, smaller pellet doesn't really penetrate any deeper than the bigger, slower one. I'm gonna throw in some Polymax in there just for an expansion test. Just look at the difference there.
As you can see, a bigger, heavier pellet, even though going at a slower velocity, it's just going to do more damage than a smaller, lighter pellet. I mean, it almost tore the can in half right there. I went through both cans, and I put that little sheet back there so I can capture the pellets. And there they are. Both expanded pretty good. I only found one tip of the polymer tip there.
Okay, so to end this video, I just want to say that I know everyone is looking for the latest and newest PCP. I think brake barrels are really a dying breed. A lot of people aren't really using them now. A lot of people are just getting the newest, latest, most accurate PCP that does all the work for you. And what I love about brake barrels first is because this is how I started, you know, using a brake barrel. But I just love that whatever's like you, it makes you as a shooter better. So whatever you see downrange, it's because of you. It's because you're practicing, you're taking your time, you're learning your gun, and when you see those results on your target, like, you know, it makes you feel good about yourself. It's more rewarding. PCP, not really, because the gun is doing everything for you. It's pretty good in seeing those hole-on-hole groups, but it's better seeing a brake barrel. You know, it's more exciting. So that's about it, guys. This is a gun that, again, I'm just thrilled that I got it, and man, I couldn't ask for better. I rather spend money on this than anything newer coming out. So yeah, I hope you guys, you know, like seeing this gun. It's just something you don't see nowadays, and you probably won't in the near future. And I'm glad to share it with you guys. So thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.